Today I'm going to show you how I organize my tools at my house. You can do the same at your house, whether you own your home or even if you're renting, and that goes for being in an apartment as well. You may not have a garage, or you may, where you can do this cool pegboard wall layout, but the types of tools that I have aren't expensive. I got them at Home Depot, auto parts stores. I even got some of mine at the Dollar Tree stores or 99-cent store. So let's get into it. I'll show you how I organize everything. I actually have to organize quite a bit still because I actually took a bunch in a bag to my parents' house, worked on their house, brought them back, and I need to reorganize them, put them back into my simple little tool chest that you can do as well. I love working with tools. It's relaxing, it's satisfying, and it's just nice to know that I've accumulated all these and I can upkeep my home, do home improvement, some home remodeling. But again, I don't have a very expensive tool chest. I don't have expensive tools, but I'm still able to do this on my own. A lot of these are a great idea for your workshop. And I'm going to show you how to do some tool organization. And part of this is how to declutter and organize your garage. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about toolbox organization. Each drawer has a specific type of tool in it. This way I don't have to keep digging around and sifting through. I know exactly where each type of tool is per the type of drawer. So it's enough talk. Let's have some fun. Let's mess around with some tools. So I made this rudimentary pegboard wall here, which basically the purpose of each hole is you can hang these hooks, like you can see right here. Let's get a better representation. So you can see these type of hooks, and all they do is they just clip in. So you can see it's just like that. You have this bottom portion here that actually is a stopper, and it prevents it from dropping down. So that's what this is. And the cool thing with the pegboard is you can set this wherever you want, and it helps with your organization. So I don't want it too close to my garage door opener, so I can put it here about right. Actually, I want it right kind of where I had it. In this way, I have my dog leash and a cool little D-ring or carabiner clip on that. The key aspect or feature of a pegboard is you don't want it flush up against the wall. And what I end up doing, you probably can't see, but there's some spacers right here that I used. Maybe I can get over here. You can see it better. Grab some light. Okay. You can see the spacers that I use, and I just used some bolt nuts there, but you don't want it flush. You want some space from the wall to the pegboard because, again, if we use this, you need room for these hooks to go into. If it's too flush, it won't go in. It won't be able to drop down and get a good latch like this. Okay, in and latch down. So that's the key aspect. Make sure you space it from the wall. All right, so I am actually gonna put this up here so we have some light. So starting off, I have a small leaf blower that I just hang up here, and it's really easy just to grab and drop off. But I use that to blow out my garage. I don't do any sweeping. It's just easier to blow out your garage, get all the dust out of there. I do have my tool belt that I use if I'm going on the perimeter of the house and I don't want to keep coming back in and out of the garage. You keep everything in here and it's all on your waist. I like the shoulder straps so it doesn't fall off. I'm in SoCal here, so I always get a tan when I'm at the beach. So I don't have to worry about going shirtless, working in the backyard and having shoulder strap tan marks. But I like where the stuff isn't falling off your body there, your hip. Another thing I have is this 3-foot leveler. This works great on just so many different projects. And you can see it has different aspects of the leveler there. But if you have it long, like 3 feet here, if you're using large projects like backyard pavers or leveling sand, that comes in handy. You also can use it as a ruler too, which is cool. 3-foot ruler. Okay? I have a bunch of hacksaws. This just comes in handy in case you need to cut any pipe or any type of metal, right? That's where a hacksaw comes in. So it's nice to have a few of those. Reason I have a few of these is they're just so cheap. And yeah, you can change out the blades, but I just have a couple of them. So if one just isn't working well, I can just grab the other. So no rhyme or purpose. I just have a couple. You've seen my videos on steam cleaning. Got a steam cleaner. I also have a cool pressure washer. Okay. So this here is just a Ryobi. It is not a high quality or grade one, but it definitely gets the job done. It cleans my tiles outside. It cleans my sidewalks or my porch and cleans the side of my house when I get all kinds of algae on it. I also have a hose if I have to drain my water heater. And I've got a cool little like wire type. I don't even know what you would call that. It's basically, I just use it as a latch to keep the hose together there. So instead of just using like a rope. Got to have a caulking gun with the caulking. Make sure you have everything sealed here so I don't have the caulk here where it actually dries out and you have to throw this whole thing away. Yeah, these are cheap, but you know, it's just kind of a pain, you know. I want to just keep all of my expenses low as possible. Dollars and cents equate to large dollars, or cents equates to dollars, right? So this here's my doorbell. Don't worry about that. Got a squeegee here. I'm actually going to drop down off my step because now we're getting lower. I use this to clean the windows of my vehicles or just with my outside of my house. Any type of paint rollers. This stuff's here from the 99-cent store. Use that. I have some hemp rope, and then I have some metal tape for like ducting. Then I have some drywall tape. Readily accessible here. All right. Now, I also have some aluminum wire. If I need to just tie off anything, this is just good stuff to have. And I have some pipe cutters. That's PVC pipe cutters. So the white plastic piping that you see for sprinklers and so forth, that's what that stuff cuts it. It cuts it without having to use a hacksaw and saw through it, and then you have rough edges. This actually cuts a nice straight line across. Twine, paint brushes. This here's a little motor that I had. And when you plug it in, it actually reciprocates, or actually it rotates and reciprocates. And I can use that for any type of projects. Kind of just threw it there because I really didn't know where to put it. And I have various other woodworking tools, C-clamps here, scrapers. This is for painting. And then I always, well, that one fell down. But what fell down was actually this. I keep these flapper seal repair kits. This is for your toilet. So I always keep these on hand because if your toilet starts leaking late at night, you don't want to have to run to Home Depot. So I keep these on hand, or your home repair shop. This here is another clamp for woodworking that I keep here. Some other plastic clamps. This is a hatchet that I use for going camping. I can cut, wood and make little kindlings, so it's easy to start the fire. Various brushes. I also have this cool little knife that my buddy made. Let me see if I can actually pull this off here. There we go. So, I'm half Norwegian, so I have lineage down to the Vikings. So he made a cool little Viking type knife for me here, but it's more of a tool for using it more like a hatchet. Let's get started on the toolbox. toolbox organization. All of these kind of pop out here. I'll go through this here. Again, I just need to do some decluttering and reorganization. I just threw stuff in here, but I think I'm just going to go through. And again, if you're not a homeowner or if you're renting, you can use a lot of these same tools. Okay? I'm going to take off my, let's put my light here. Let me make sure. Put that up here. There we go. So I have a ratchet set. I actually have two. The reason I have two is this is just a legacy set that I have. And I just put it in this little container. And there's just various different sizes that you can use for your ratchet. And of course I have the actual ratchet itself. And these just kind of clip in. This might be larger than what a lot of these are for. I need a smaller one, which I think I have right here. Yeah. That's actually a larger one, but we'll show you a smaller one. These you just press. And then as you press, it lowers this little ball socket here. That's what clips in. So if you can get here, it actually lowers right here. Let me see if I can give a good angle here. You can see that. Put my hand here, maybe you can see it. Okay. That actually lowers. When you press, they indent. You're able to fit those in there. Okay. Yeah, you can pull them right off, but it's easier just to press. Pop there. Righty tighty. Twist. Lefty loosey. So anyways, these are great for tightening bolts, loosening bolts. So I have those. I also have this little basically soldering iron. And if I have a bunch of lead wire here, which is the solder, and what I can do is heat that up and use it for electrical. And if I have two wires that are connected together, I can add this on there and it'll fuse it like a weld. Drywall tool. This actually will cut right through drywall nicely and easily. Put that there. Of course, I have more ratchets here. Phillips screwdriver. And then I have regular pliers. This here, just a plastic scraper you can use for wall, for putty, paint scraping. That's just good. It's cheap. I think it was 30 cents. Various wrenches here, which are good. Of course, you've seen a lot of my videos, toothbrushes. I have a wire brush here as well. Oh, what else? Pretty much it for the top level here. And again, all of this stuff is good just to maintain your home. I have a bunch of pencils here. Now, you're probably asking yourself, if you're not too familiar with these square type pencils here, is why don't you just use a regular pencil? Well, the cool thing with these is you don't need a sharpener. You just take out either your, razor blade knife. So you got to shut that. Or you can have an X-Acto knife, right? Type cutter, or you can use your own knife. And you're able just to chip away at that easily to get a point. Okay? Unlike these, you'll be breaking it off each time. So that's why these are nice. And another thing is they're flat, so if you want to lay them down somewhere, or just so forth, they don't roll. So if you're on an uneven surface and you just need to put your pencil down, your marker, these don't roll, which is nice. Oh, more toothbrushes. I do have a Sharpie and Moving on, I threw this bag in here, which is part of some assembly kit. I have no idea what those are for. I'm hesitant to get rid of them in case I do find out what they're for. So I'll keep those there. I actually keep my fingernail clippers out here because my family tends to grab these from me and then they don't replace them. So I keep these in my toolbox. Another little flashlight, which is kind of cool. This thing here has some magnets on it, so I can actually keep it right there. I probably can't see that, but if I put this here, it actually hangs right there, which is nice. Needle nose pliers. God, I got chalk in here, more markers. Flathead. So your tools, especially if you're in an apartment, you want flathead and you want Phillips. Okay, flathead and Phillips, especially because if you're looking at wall sockets or whatever, or light switches, a lot of those are flathead, or they could be Phillips. It's good to have two of those. I have a glass scraper, and I'm going to have to replace that. It's all rusty there. Add some WD on that, WD-40. There's some blades for it there. I can change it out. Found some epoxy here. Oh, this is cool. This actually tests outlets here. So you just plug that, turn it on and plug it in. It'll let you know if the outlet socket itself where you plug in your lamps and so forth, if it's active or not, or if it's hot or not. All right, let's move. Here's more of that, like an X-Acto type knife. Okay, box cutter. I have a bunch of these plastic tools when I installed my daughter's Apple CarPlay in her vehicle. And if you guys have never been to Crutchfield.com, please, Crutchfield, they sell all kinds of audio visual for your vehicles, and they show you how to install them as well. Then you can back up with YouTube videos. But these are the actual tools to get in, pop off plastic panels, for the windows or your dashboard. And yeah, they're really cool. If you use a screwdriver, you tend to actually rip the plastic or break it. So this actually has the perfect leverage for it. So those are really cool. This is a cool all-in-one type scraper that I use. You can scrape paint, just type of tool that has different functionalities across it. Inspection mirror, those are good just to get in and out and kind of see what's behind everything, right? Which is really nice. Actually, can put that one up here. Leveler. There's another GFCI, ground control fault interrupt. GFCI, I believe that's what it stands for. And it has a little code here. Basically lets you know if your sockets are grounded or not. And this is actually part of my pressure washer kit. I got various nozzles for them, so I just throw a bunch of stuff in here. Oh, I got another box cutter there. I got two of those. That's actually nice. This is a tool here if you're doing any type of laminate on windows, or you want to put like a stained glass laminate across a window. You got the blade right there, if you can see that. What that is it's very thin, minute, so you can get very exact along the edges. So you don't want any edges that are cut short and reveal the window itself outside of the laminate. Makes it look shoddy. And this makes it actually, when you cut it correctly, look professional, but also look real. There you go. Yep. That's it for that. I do have for fixing screens. This is a tool that actually pushes in the rubber sealant in the screen within the frame, and it makes the screen very taut. That's what that's for. All right, moving on. Let's get down here some more. Lower it. Okay. Got some tin snips. I have to cut any type tin material. file's always good. Of course, here's more of a flathead. More tight pliers. These are clamps for one of my ladders that I have, and it actually has like these two elbows that come out like that, and it braces against the wall so the ladder doesn't, teeter totter on its edge there. It keeps it very braced. So it kind of, if this was the ladder, these things clip on where it actually comes in like that, right? It just makes it more broad so it doesn't teeter totter or twist. Loctite, which is good. And this is actually for plastics here. Glue. And then I have staples for my staple gun, which was up above. All right, moving along. Got a multimeter. I have a laser leveler, which is nice. And I have a stud finder, which is out in the back. If you're in an apartment, this is key. This way you know where the studs are so you can hang heavy objects. Here, this is my drawer for all my tapes. So you can see each drawer represents a certain functionality or product or tool within there. And I have all of my type tapes in here: flagging tape, paint tape. This is where I showed you that heat gun before. These are the rubber sleeves that go over the electrical wires. Once you heat it up, it cinches it down on it. And then I have a tape measure, so forth there. Okay. Oh, I also have, duct tape, Teflon tape for plumbing on the threads of pipes. Then I have this various tape here that I use if I'm doing any type of drywall work. You can see I got some wood glue there that shouldn't be in there. And then lastly, we'll finish this up. This is where I have a plumbing wrench, which is a must. This is an old school one that my dad gave me. It's a paracord line or 550 line. Each line would hold 550 pounds. And I have Allen wrenches, 2 sets. I have some more sockets in here. This is kind of just my junk drawer for everything: screws, bolts, whatever. I kind of throw it all in there. So that's it. Got my pressure washer down below, but let's go ahead and I'm going to replace these. I have no idea to put the tin snits. You can drop them there. Hopefully that gives you some ideas of the type of tools that you can have in your toolbox. Again, doesn't have to be very fancy, but just has to be functional to take care of the type of home do-it-yourself projects that you have going on. So, yeah, send me a comment, give me a like, give me a dislike. Don't really care. Or most likely follow, all right? Give me a follow. This way it boosts up my subscriber account. I can continue making these videos. So we'll see you on the next one.